You know, every time I do this, so close. There. That's better. There we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show of the final knit. We have a Kajishutoart today. Even though I still need to get the picture of them into frame and everything. Let me see. How do I? There's the properties. There's this. And pata. We have them in frame. We see them. We have a Sorus on the show. It's Kajishutoart acting as Sorus. But shh, we don't need to know about. The other thing we need is just for Sorus to say a few words because I need to do some volume. I didn't get to do that. I kind of just pressed go live before I even checked anything. But you know what? That's my own crazy, random, stupidity, interesting self, person, whatever. But
I would. I mean, I would have called it a few other things, but to each their own.
I guess. We'll figure out what we would call that. So let's see. Let's just say, oh boy, not cool, Marguerite. We'll talk later. And then Plagoo says, rub the magic dick lamp and get a creamy surprise.
You can rub my
Really?
dick lamp.
Really? Rub your dick lamp.
You can rub
Hmm.
mine if you want to handle it.
Plagoo? Hmm. Plagoo wants to rub. You got an offer there. Are you sure you'll be able to handle it, Plagoo? Anyway, the introduction's out of the way, and the sound looks pretty good to me. So, with
Good.
that being said, he is down. But anyway, with that being said, who is Sorus? Like, just who is Sorus? No one knows besides a handful of people you have spoken to and your fellow followers that follow for Sorus.
I mean, there's a few people that know about me. One of them is actually named Sombra whatever in chat right now, and I just gotta say, hey kitten. Anyway, yes, there's a literal cat. That timing was perfect. But who am I is the better question. You could say I'm one of Heaven's discards, one of many of Heaven's discards, but that is another question for later. What is a Heaven's discard? I am a demon. I am one that just kind of did nothing wrong in some people's words, and I'm here to fuck shit up because of it. I'm here to prove people wrong, make them acknowledge their mistakes. That's kind of somewhat who I am.
All right, so you're a Heaven's Discard. Let's actually start there. That sounds like a really good beginning. So you're Heaven's Discard, but what exactly is a Heaven's Discard? And then how did you get discarded from the Heaven?
The Heaven's discard is what we're going to call the purge. Heaven is not the most purest place you think it was. There's a couple of underlying truths that are hidden away. One of them is the purge, where they tossed away a countless number of souls that did nothing wrong, like myself. We just died by unexpected circumstances, and we weren't fit enough to come to heaven, so we were tossed aside. I happened to fall and remember all of it. So that's where I'm from. I'm a heaven's discard, even though I remember everything. I've tried to prove to them, but no one wants to listen. Kitten.
No one wants to listen, but you got all ears here. You got the kitten, you got myself, and you got the people in chat. So that's very interesting. So you got discarded. So who exactly is the one who discarded you? Do you want to just take with them? What you want to do?
I've been able to track down a couple of names. I've been working my way up the hierarchy, you could say, of angels themselves. It's not been clean work, but it's been something.
Okay.
I'm searching personally for the one who headed the purge, the one and only Archangel Michael. But again,
Hmm.
he's supposed to be the purest, is he not? So
So is actually a purist actually pure, or is it pure of evil or whatever it may be, or just like the actions? Let me rotate around and try to collect what I'm trying to say now. So the action
there's a
actually
lot to
like
take in, I know.
that, like their actions of purity, is that actually just actions of purity from one's opinion?
There is neither right nor wrong. There is no pure. There is no evil. There's just actions. And heaven wants to say that there is ultimately the good and ultimately the evil. Would you say a kid who was just having fun and broke a window, would you say he is evil? Would you just say he's a kid? Do
Those
you
days.
expect
Hmm.
do you expect him to grow up to be a life of crime of smashing glass doors and windows all the time, or he's just a kid, you teach him once not to throw a rock and he'll be fine? There is no set action of right or wrong, and I'm here to prove that. Whether
Hmm.
you call me a demon because of it, and my rage has filled me to many different actions, but that's neither here nor there.
But the thing is, even if you're considered a demon because you got casted out from heaven, doesn't
Mhm.
mean you're an actual demon. It's just you're classified that by someone else saying. It's just like categorizing people for whatever reason, for whatever events of life that they happen or look, shall I say. It's kind
Thank
of
you.
dumb. But since like people are, you got casted out and people consider you a demon, are you feared?
I've walked to Heaven's Gate a few times, and the first couple times I was confused. I wanted just to get answers, and I was ridiculed, spit on, and just tossed aside, cast back where I belonged. So you could say, after making a few statements, I am feared. And to
Okay.
get the answers that you want when no one will listen, you have to do not the most prettiest of things.
That is true. So you are feared. Okay, I mean, all right, that's true. Like, so who is your main target? Like, if you, I don't care that I got a message. Oh,
My main target is to get at least Michael himself. But if I can't get that far, at least I'll have made a statement. I want others to realize that not all demons are bad, and that some of us are demons because of their mistakes.
that makes sense. So, a whole bunch of fuckery is going on. You want to prove to yourself, everyone, that you're actually not evil, but
As
you're
myself,
just.
there are many others that were cast aside and mistakenly wronged, and I want them to be cleared of their names as well.
That makes sense. So, in a weird way, in different universes, you would be considered anti-heroes because you're evil, but then not evil at the same time, and you're just here for a
Yes.
righteous reason. To be able to explain, hey, we're here because we got casted out because of assholes. So who really is the evil one? But
Exactly.
your goal is to search for Michael. Now, Michael is like we all know he's the one of the divine angels,
Mhm.
depending on what books you're reading and your beliefs. But what kind of powers or ways or abilities are you going to influence the people to know that you're actually come in peace? Charity, I don't know.
Peace is a relative terminology, but
Not here to
some
kill everyone.
that's not my job. That's Felix's job, but
Not
I
here
digress.
to like suck the blood on someone's body, but if they don't like it, they like it. That's different. It's a weird kink, but yeah.
I'm not gonna bite that one with a mile-long pole.
I mean, you could if there was a
I
pole that was a
absolutely.
mile long.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, so you just
My act is not to come up there and say, "We come in peace. We are fine." My act is to come up there, start some shit, prove them with whatever means I need to, truth to come out. And whether or not heaven falls is not my problem. Whether or not they acknowledge their mistakes is the problem. So if I have to take down a few people with me, I'm willing to fall for that.
So who would be the first one you would go after to be able to start the ball rolling?
I've already started the ball.
Ooh, ooh. How many points you got?
I'm on a list, definitely.
You're on a list.
So
All right.
I have
You,
pissed off
so you
heaven a few times.
so you stole Santa's list, but it's of the heavens, and you're knocking them off of who's naughty and nice, and then you're
You
gonna.
could
So
say
how
that.
many people have you knocked off that's naughty?
Uh, if I had to put a number on it, starting from the bottom, you had to get some lower end quotation mark angels, fight a few souls, break a few things, sacrifice a couple people. Uh,
Sacrifice.
um,
About a
we're
big.
at least, by human terminology, this is a very large number, but in my terminology, it's a very small one. We're in the hundreds at this point.
Okay. I mean, hundreds are kind of small nowadays, especially if you try to buy stuff.
Exactly. I don't need to buy things. Time
Ooh,
works a little bit differently for me.
true that. True that. Remember, right and wrong are societal precepts. Good and evil are based off morality of the individual. That's very well said, Pharrell. Love you, bro. Yeah, it's very good. Very well said, Pharrell.
Farrell sounds like a
Yeah.
smart man.
Oh, he is. He's extremely intelligent. He's very word. As like in your case, uh confused for. It's not the right word. But you guys get what I'm saying.
Portrayed. He's
Mistaken.
portrayed as.
Yeah. Yeah. You're better with words. You're the writer. There's that philosophy.
Philosophical. Fuck, you got me tongue tied now, you piece of shit.
Okay. Plagu, you are just a dick, especially when I hear thank you for the titties because of penny titties for like an hour straight. But you're awesome. I love you. That's why you're one of my mods too, because I trust you. But to be honest, that sounds very interesting. Now, there's humans around, right? As like
Yes.
everything. Do
Yes.
they
We are.
see all this happening, or is it like happening in the shadows in the valley of death?
It's a bit complicated.
Or is it
And it's not
like I'm pretty sure you've seen anime when you're able to on your downside. You know, it's like fate something with under
Fate Zero.
there's one of those, but there's one like under something. Yeah. Where if anything happens and they're seen, they get killed. Is it kind of like that?
Let me put it into a little bit of a different perspective. For example, for let's say a minute passes right now, right here.
Thank you
That
for the
minute here
titties.
counts maybe for me over in as I'm traveling through one of the gates. Could be a year. It could be a second. It could be 10 months
Thank
while
you
I'm
for the
passing
titties.
in another dimension. For example, my home, quotation mark, home, hell. Time is folded. You can move it as you wish. You are able to
Thank you for the
do things
titties.
at your own pace. I have calculated quite a long time for this. For what could happen to you guys in a span of a year has been going on for a millennia in my
Thank you
time.
for the
But what could be going on for a millennia
titties.
here has only been an hour. So really, humans may or may not see me depending on what fold I'm in right now.
Okay, so fold. Like
Thank you
I'm
for
you're
the
saying fold a lot. I usually
titties.
think about that as like folding paper. But what exactly do you mean by fold?
To put it into an anime's perspective, let's see what
Thank
one
you
would
for
be
the
a good one to use.
titties.
Uh, what was that one? Not another. It was there was an anime where the guy blinked. It was just a rough terminology,
Thank you for
but
the
he
titties.
would have these moments where I'm not neither confirming nor denying I'm an anime nerd. That is not canonical to anybody in this timeline. I will personally fight all of you.
Shh.
Thank you for the
You could travel through time. Who cares? Carry on. You know
I
what's
don't
awesome?
travel. I'm able to go to different points because, again,
Since you could do
hell
all
is
this
neither.
traveling, why haven't you been in my anime night? I'm watching that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Thank you for the titties.
I got reincarnated as a demon, but it would see me bitching and moaning.
I always bitch and moan.
I know.
Never in bed though.
There's a fun friend of mine
Thank you
uh,
for the titties.
named Evelyn. She likes to moan a lot too.
And I
But
did you just get a weird look from the corner?
I
Thank you
was
for the
looking at my
titties.
corner when I realized I should be looking straight here.
Okay,
But
okay.
neither. But digressing. I'm sorry.
Well, we're just. I mean, you've known me for a little
Thank you for the
bit. You just never let me
titties.
know about Sorus exactly and who they were. I knew of
Yes.
them slightly, but not for real. But point being, at the same point, the crazy situation
Thank you for the
is you have.
titties.
Ooh, I got one. As my pussy walks away. Um,
Don't be a little pussy.
no, it walked away.
That sounds
Question.
like a personal problem. You should really put that thing on a leash.
Thank you for the titties.
Or would that be considered a freak on a leash? I'm sorry, was that too corny?
Not at all. So you're
Thank you
able to
for the
travel through all these things. Well, what is like your
titties.
major power that is different from everyone else?
Most demons can't enter or get near Heaven's Gate, as
Thank you for the
most
titties.
people understand. Heaven is a holy place, and we are seen as more, again, for lack of a better term,
Thank you for the
demonic.
titties.
Most cannot get through. All right, they are not able to traverse the two planes. Since actually, that's a good point to bring up now. This is something I
Thank you
wear
for the
all the time.
titties.
This is technicality two souls. They are my soul. They're the one that was cast aside and the one that was before I was cast. I was one
Thank
of
you
the
for the
very few that was able to,
titties.
I guess, keep both sides of me before heaven could purge it. So
Okay.
I'm able to get to Heaven's Gate. That's why I'm able to have a list as long as it is.
Thank you for the
Though having my
titties.
soul the way it is a bit. I can trust you with this. It is a bit of a weakness. That's why I carry it on me at all times. Because if I were to lose this, well,
Everyone would
my
have power
control would.
over you.
Thank you for the
Exactly.
Hmm?
titties.
Hence why I fight with everything I have, everything I will, and everything I do to one, keep this so I can actually do what is needed to do.
Thank you for the
Okay, okay.
titties.
And what is the next step you have? Are you able to close that? Or are
Yes.
you in fear
Uh,
of letting wrong people know?
I can trust
Thank
you,
you
and
for
I
the
can trust if you trust them, I can
titties.
trust them as well.
Okay, okay.
My next step is going to be once I have gotten enough souls to remember what they used to be. That
Thank you
is
for the
my major point right now, is to
titties.
find as many as I can, remind them, help them realize that they were purged, and see if they can even remember what they used to be. And if they can, I'll help them
Thank you for the
go back and get back at
titties.
heaven. And you could say, in layman's terms, I'm making an army.
So you're making an army to make things right, just for people to recognize that you're not evil,
Exactly. I
while
know.
doing evil things at the same time, but really not, because all you're doing is trying to let people know you're not actually evil.
The irony is there, yes, but I am willing to put myself on the pedestal as the wrongdoer if it means that I can at least get the truth out. I am willing to take the fall, literally, metaphorically, and physically.
Now, you do all see different planes in the fold and changing times and transforming. Now, in modern day that's going on right now, the United States bombed the ocean, and there was 7 different water fires under the water. Now, is that
Yeah.
caused by you all because of like retaliation of some sort?
What happens in hell sometimes can break out here, whether it be through extraordinary means or sometimes the heaven likes to play. They get bored and they play with human lives. They decide to see who can do what, and they'll actually pitch one little fight here, one little bomb there, one little seed of doubt there, starting a cataclysmic snowball effect, the butterfly effect, you could say.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
The fires, I won't say were my doing, but we did have a pretty big explosion recently. I got another little bit closer. I learned that a close friend of mine is actually stuck in heaven, but it's a loss that gained me something new.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So yeah. So you guys do. So you'll like kind of like coax humans to do certain things. So like, why me?
You seemed the most, don't take this the wrong way, easiest to get a hold of. You seemed like you were actually willing to listen. You seemed that you could listen. You accepted multitudes of things without question, yet you question it while looking at both sides of the picture. You are an open person, and so thought I could trust you. See if
Oh
I can
fucking
cause
yeah!
some ripples in the flame as well.
Now that is awesome. Cause a ripple in the flame. People come out to this like shit. Where's this? Uh-oh. People know, people don't know, people understand, people don't understand. Do they come in peace? Do they not? That would you just have a righteous cause? What really happens? Thank you for all those titties, Plagu. You're gonna make my alert keep going. I had to turn it down again because that is really loud in my ears. But I love it. Thank you. So you have all these plans and you're trying to take over everything. Is there anyone joining you in the cause, like that that you could actually one day bring onto the show and explain with them, or have them come onto the show too and tell me their cause and their reason why they're fighting alongside you?
Yes and no. One that I would absolutely love to share with you. She was an old friend of mine. She was from the beginning. She was one of the first souls that I actually found. She was able to actually go into heaven. So she lurked in the libraries most of the time. She would get information. That's where I actually was able to find a lot of the information and lists and talks and people that I could. But she's stuck up there now because they found her. And it's gone dark, you could say. So
Mm,
when I'm able to liberate her, I will absolutely attempt to bring her on. But that is
okay.
a long time coming.
And that's unless you actually find someone else who is worthy.
Yes. There is one other person that I wouldn't say is worthy, but If I'm here, he'll find his way here possibly too.
Sounds like a Loki type situation.
Thank you for the titties.
Loki, yeah. He's
Speaking of Loki, and you get that prize. Now, are there other, there's like heaven and hell. Now you got, and this
Thank you
is
for the titties.
based off of Christianity type religion and story. Now with Norse and Norse pagan mythology, Greek mythology,
the other pantheons,
Egyptian, the
yes.
other see, I don't know like big words. You'll help me. Got this. So the other pantheon, um, what most people consider gods, are they around too? It's just, or are they actually just like one entity covering all of the religion? So like Loki is like one person, but is actually just related to Christianity and a different culture. And that was with Norse pagan. I've heard of that. You get where I'm going? I'm kind of
Yes.
curious, like I don't know what that is in this situation.
In my area, I know there's always other entities, there's always other energies around. Personally, I keep away from them. I don't need to focus my energy on them. I only focus my energy on me. As long as they don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with them. But
Very good motto.
Thank you for the titties.
with everything that I've gone through, seen, done, and explored, there is always a chance that you open a gate to another heaven, quotation mark. Whether or not it be the one that I'm after personally is debatable, but sometimes you have to really keep an eye on it. Again, I avoid as much as I can so that I don't have to deal with two purges.
Now,
So,
your purge is not like the purge that is with the mask, right?
anarchy,
No,
I
no.
love it, but no.
Damn, damn.
I mean, if us in the masks are technically killing the rest of the people as angels, now that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be. Hmm.
But
Very intriguing.
don't give me a fantasy dream.
I
Them's
mean,
family friendly.
it's pretty easy. Well, what's up, War? Um, so, hmm. Chat, you know, you all
You
can partake and ask questions too, right? Or are you just too intimidated and scared to? I'm kind of curious on that one.
I know
But,
what I do know someone's in here that is watching, but I think they're too much of a little kitten to fight me. Isn't
oh,
that right, kitten?
my kitten will probably beat your kitten up.
I don't know, Sombra. Why don't you tell me if you can take any questions for me?
What's up, babe? How you doing, blood? Thank you for popping in. I know. So you
Thank you for the titties.
you shut your whore mouth. Oh my god, I'm allowing that because that's fine. That's hilarious. But how now, Blood Vixen, which is my wife.
Okay, they
Why
sound
did you
lovely.
take a fonding onto her? Because I know you know her. And why does Sorus like find out about blood and like keep blood around? Because I know Blood Vixen actually is numerous demons actually.
Yes,
Or I'm not exactly sure. I'm trying right here, so screw you off, fuck up. But you get what I'm going for.
I do. Blood has, as you say, her own demons that stay with her, from what I understand. I usually keep to myself. If I do not feel that a demon is the soul of a purge, I do not mess with them. If you are truly meant to be here, then that is on you. But if I can find a little spark that tells me
Thank you for the titties.
this person is or was a part of the purge, then I reach out to them and I do my best to help them remember.
Fair enough. Fair
Thank you
enough.
for the titties.
Okay. So you know them and you're fond, but there's no real substance there. I need more.
How to
Thank you for
think
the
about this properly?
There's really thinking about anything properly.
How to word something properly?
Okay.
I know of them. I've seen
Thank you for
them
the
a few times. Their demons are, or their friends are interesting, to say the least. But, like I said, they're not the ones that I'm looking for, so I have not reached out to them personally because I don't see a need to. I don't want to affiliate innocent lives with my cause.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Thank you for the titties.
So, Paigu has a very good statement slash opinion. Who thinks these days just put a dick in it?
Who thinks these days just put a dick in it?
As in,
Thank you for
just
the
put something in
titties.
situation to stop the situation and the flow of it. I think that's the best way I could phrase that without
uh,
thing. My demon feelings are hurt.
Thank you for
Ooh,
the
blood demon feelings are hurt.
titties.
Uh-oh.
listen, if you want, I can absolutely go get a drink with one of them if they wish. They do look interesting, but I never thought they'd want to associate with a filthy murderer like myself. But again, murder's a strong word. I got a lot of feelings about some things.
Hmm. What is your strongest feeling you have ever felt?
Rage.
Why is that?
Unbridled, breaking rage. Have you ever had something taken from you? And I don't mean like, oh, they took my phone, they took my candy, they took this away from me. I mean, you had everything. You were alone, quiet, falling. It was black. You just felt nothing for so long. And then you see something. You see a light, you hear warmth, you hear laughter, you expect the afterlife, you realize you're dead, you come to this conclusion, you're accepting it, you're feeling warmth, to have it just gone. Nothing. Coldness, emptiness. Before you open your eyes and you are in a pit of despair, nothingness all around you, just fire, hatred, and rage. Have you ever felt such abandonment? That is the level of rage that I feel every minute of the day.
The question is, haven't we talked before? I think you know the answer to that one.
Yes.
Yes, been there. And for you, it's kind of like the same situation, but not as like celestial. More so just humanized. So yes, when emotions and get torn apart and destroyed and thrown and then not and people don't care. You feel all that.
Thank you for the titties.
Yes, what's up, Link Sith? That's a long time, my man. God don't awaken Scourge right now. I got him to sleep in my head. Ooh. Alyssa Cat is a guardian of demons, but she sucks at her job, easily distracted by the human world. That's what you call ADD.
Honey, your demon is very bad at guarding. I'm not gonna lie. I'm able to slip by here all the fucking time. Like literally just last week, I kind of just went peace out and walked to Heaven's Gate, beat up a few people, got a few more answers, got myself beat up and kicked out. It was fine. Then I walked back down, bloodied and bruised, and didn't even notice. I think she was watching a television show called Glee.
Thank you for the titties.
But I digress.
Anyway,
Thank you for the
I'm trying to find some questions to ask. I'm really in a loop right now because
Have I tossed you for a loop? Am I one of the very few that was able to break the great harps?
no, you didn't break me. There's a difference. You would break me if I'm literally like stuck for hours. It's just I haven't figured out the right question because different scenario. You're not human, so it's like, what shall I ask?
You can't.
Now,
It's not the same as just asking, "Oh, what's your favorite food?" That's right, you people eat. Whiskey, by the way.
whiskey? Really?
Yes.
That's later, Plagu. That's later, but this is even a normal situation. You know this. You all need. Why are you all asking questions, mofos?
Please, I'd love to.
Oh
I do think
God.
someone did ask who throws a better rave, heaven or hell. I can personally tell you right now, heaven. Actually, it's a hit or miss, though. I will admit, there was a couple of good bops, but hell has all of it. You want your sinning, we have it. You have your extravagant dance, you have your succulent temptation of food, desire, lust, greed. We have it, so I think it's hands down. We have the better raves because heaven is too prude to be able to let loose.
Can you grant favors, and what do you demand from the person asking for a favor?
Yes and no. Mainly no, but not no. I can grant favors, but not in the way that most people see it. I am not all powerful. I am not one of those illusionary demons. I can do physical acts. If someone needs something in dire need, they are at their last leg, and something needs to happen in those last minutes. Who knows? A
Hmm.
brick might fall, a pothole just happens to be there, or they fall on their own knife. That happens a few times.
The question is,
What do I ask in return?
no, not only that, but are you guys just are you guys just real good life karma? Events that happen for no reason out of nowhere? Uh-oh, did we freeze? That's a great.
Thank you for the titties.
Uh-oh. Did it die on your computer?
Apparently it died, so we have to move to here. Can you hear
Fair
me
enough.
still?
Oh, we can hear you just fine.
Thank you for the titties.
A little bit
Perfect.
different, but it works. Those mic changes are different. Physical acts. I think your alerts are broke. No, no, no. That's just what Playagu does. He loves doing the penny titties. Let's see. And Link's Death actually had a question. I asked, how's the spirit realm?
Debatable. Depending on which one are you talking about. There are two. Well, three if you count it. Heaven, obviously, I've talked about. It can go suck my left dick. Hell is in a state of chaos, always.
Thank you for the titties.
Then there's the third realm, purgatory. One that does not get talked about very often. It is a place that is empty, a void of nothing, of pure madness, where you can fall in every direction in all points in time at once. But other than that, things are fine.
Thank you for the titties.
Very interesting. So, you got all these plans you want to overthrow, but just mostly to just what are your once this is done, what's your agenda? If like you complete your task and everything is balanced, what do you plan on doing?
Thank you for the titties.
That's it. That's pretty much it. My
Really?
entire purpose is to fix what was wrong. My entire purpose is to destroy what I see as unfit, which is heaven point. And after that, I have nothing left to do.
All
Whether
right.
I disappear, whether I get reincarnated, quotation marks as perceived,
All right.
but that is to be seen. And I actually do not have an answer for that one because I'm not sure. And that is the one thing that I will admit I'm scared of. I
Okay.
am not sure what will happen after I am done with everything I need to do.
So you pretty much like as soon as your task is done, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yes. And I'm okay with that. I've accepted it.
Really? Huh.
Yes.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Um. So could you boink someone if asked?
Could I
What?
wink?
I just read something that looked like a question. Marguerite, please elaborate a little bit. Cause you spelled it boink, B-O-I-N-K, so I'm guessing like sexual
I think it
relations.
meant bonk. BONK. Was that bonk someone if asked?
As in kill someone? I mean, Horizon
I've done it
Tango?
before. It wouldn't be the first or the last time. And
Hmm.
to answer the other question, what would I ask in return? Not much, actually. Not much. All I ask is that if you see something, say something.
Okay. Okay. And then Blood is asking, can you come and go as you please between the realms?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Ah.
Like I said before, the one reason I'm able to get to heaven and I'm able to traverse to hell and skip over purgatory because you don't go in there is this. Like I said earlier, this little
Which is your soul,
bubble,
right?
yes,
Hmm.
is for those that did not hear it. I again trust, so it's just why I'm allowing myself to express this. This is broken into two parts. I am one of the few, and maybe only one that I know of that has the soul of when they were prematurely departed,
Hmm.
aren't too young to die. And after the purge, my soul broke into two and combined into one. So I was still at the gates when I was purged. So I'm able to walk there and walk through hell at the same time.
Okay. Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah. You could you can just go boink doink doink whoop.
Mhm.
I don't know what that would be
That's
called.
not what's powerful. I'm not the best at it, and I fuck up sometimes. But with enough energy and time, I can traverse as I wish. Yes.
What was the strangest realm that you accidentally traversed to by accident?
That is a memory that I would have liked to have repressed for another millennia.
You're welcome.
One of the weirdest ones I've ever been to was an ice plane. It, I believe, was a different time on Earth, but I can't quite be sure when or where or how far. But it was just ice, nothing but flat sheets. It was cold yet hot at the same time. There was no sound, yet there was everything around you. That is one of the weirdest places I've been so far.
It's amazing when you're in a place where no one is around, and yet any sound would be engulfing, deafening.
It was one of the weirder places. Not the most enjoyable, but it made you question a lot of your own humanity, whatever's left of it, at least.
I think the person you refer to as Kitten is were there ice planet barbarians there.
You would ask that, wouldn't you, kid?
And there's not going to be an answer. We're going to leave you on that edge. Anyway, Blood. What about Earth and the humans who inhabit it? Can you interact with humans and blend in with humans?
I have been to Earth a few times. Interacted. It's not gone well, because I can't shift this. So if you were to see someone like myself walk up to you or be in a alleyway or something, you'd probably be terrified or scream or be intrigued. Those that are intrigued is what makes me acceptable. Most of the time I get attacked. I'm gonna lie, I don't look normal. But sometimes I'm able to pop in at a point when it's needed. Like I said before, I've made deals before, and all I ask is that when you see something, you say something. Sometimes those that do say something, I pop in at just the right moment. And our view is complete.
And Kitten says, typical stories, always leaving a girl on the edge.
Don't you know
Terrible
it?
Biggie, what's up? What's going on, Harp? We are doing a show called The Final Hour. I'm doing good. And I'm interviewing Sorus as Sorus. It's an original character interview. They're acting out their original character they created. And their creator is Kajishutoart. Awesome person. I love this person. Very awesome. But question is, it seems like Sai's being casted out, thrown to the curb, and trying to have revenge in a sense, or just fix things. Why don't you have any other plan or any other things for your life, as in like afterward?
I was an average person in life. I was what you would call an average Joe before death. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. No one did shit. No one saw anything or said anything. I had no exhibitions then, and now I have a purpose, but after that, I don't see much need to expand on it. I'm not one that looks for power. I have a chance for it now, but I don't see the need for it. I don't see the need to expand once I've gotten the one goal that I wish, and in that goal, I'm going to do a lot of hellish things. So I do not see the need to live past it. At that point, I will just bear my burden of what I've done and live through it. So whether or not I am able to go on is yet to be seen.
All right.
If that
enough.
answers, or did that make a bigger circle?
No, that makes sense. Blood Vixen actually has a question. I think the answer is yes. Can you travel through time and through different planes?
Like I said before, yes and no. I'm able to jump through different folds in space because hell has a different line of existence than we do. Like I said earlier, what could happen a minute here could be an hour or a second there. What could happen a year could be 2 hours here. Learning to read the flow and folds of time is something that I have picked up, and which is why I'm able to get to certain points and certain angles. Yes, I can see why I have not just jumped to where I find Michael yet. See, heaven's a little bit more complex than a simple fold of paper. And that is why each time I go there, it's a gamble if I'm at the right gate.
Terrible Big, if this is your first time in here, just ask some questions. We'll be more than happy to answer them. That's how this goes. You come on, you watch the show, and you ask questions of what you're intrigued or confused, and we try to enlighten you. That's what we do here. It's a lot of fun. So you are trying to do all these things, and you have all these like stuff going on, and it seems like you already played out and told me almost everything about you because we already know that what you want, your goals, you don't have anything after your goal, and you were an average person alive. But how did you become a demon or whatever you want to be called?
That is a very, very interesting question. I'll give you that. Let's start with how I died.
All right.
Imagine just a simple Joe walking home from work. You know, the basic, pretty much how every story starts. You're doing something, you turn a corner, you do the same path every day. Nothing's ever happened. You turn a corner, there's someone in front of you. They don't look happy. They ask you some questions. You're not registering what those questions were fast enough for them. Next thing you know, you can't breathe on the ground, hands on your throat. Suddenly, everything just goes black and they keep going. They keep going. Rage sets in. A lot of panic. Some people say that they see their life. Honestly, it was just quiet. I realized I had no goals. And this was it. This was it. That's fine. So, you know, I'm traversing. It's cold, it's quiet, it's hot. And then warm, happy, loud, sweet. And then it's gone. Like I said, the purge. You get to the gate. You're just thrown aside. I die. In my rage, was a little different. I'm still marked by my death. Others are not. Some are. Some get different symbols. For example, some of Blood's demons have very intricate and differentiating marks. Mine could be seen as see no evil, speak no evil, think no evil. But I spent a lot of time to think about them and why I was given these instead. But starting with how I died, and getting to where that was being tossed, I was angry, confused. The more I got angry, the more I realized I could do something. And the more I wanted to do something, the more I became who I was. The more I became who I was, the more rage and power I felt. The more rage and power I felt, you can see where the snowball's going. So I became myself through death and being, I guess, wronged.
Okay. Very interesting.
I've been told that.
Very interesting. I would love to know if you actually do think of something to do after you complete your task. How likely are you able to complete your task?
I asked myself that many times. A lot of the time, I think I know what I'm doing. Sometimes, even I question my goal. Will I ever complete it? Will I ever be able to complete it? Will I get stopped? Will I have everything taken from me again, this time, a little bit more permanently?
Okay.
And my answer to that is a shot back of whiskey, my favorite food. Saying with a finger to the sky, fuck it. What happens every day happens. And if I don't take the foot forward, who's going to? So what if I were to just sit down and overthink everything that's going on? I never would have gotten where I was. I wouldn't have taken the first fight. I wouldn't have taken the first step if I had just been rage filled and accepted what I was. Where would I have gotten? I wouldn't have found the answers that I wanted. My answer to you is keep going, and I'll get to where I want when I want it.
Okay. Fair enough. And like earlier, you were telling me I'm a real person and I just keep it real. I don't bullshit people. Well, why do you
Yes,
say that?
I've seen you. I've seen what you've done, and you always you ask the questions in ways that others would not. You are able to get answers out of people in ways that others cannot. You have your own ideals and you stick to them. Yes, sometimes all of our ideals are backwards and sometimes twisted. Our trust is put in things that we do not trust and are taken away from us because of we thought we could trust, but nonetheless, you never lost who you are. You never lost who you wanted to be.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, now you have this image of Sorus. Now, why is the image of Sorus this image? Did you make the look, or is everything put together how so? Like, explain it. Explain that.
The picture that was given to you is a portfolio of me. It shows the more humanesque eyes other than my own. It gives a more of a emotional feel with the expression. Shows a little bit of blood on the cheek, showing the wrongs that have happened. Flowers are placed with more of not a mourning, but not a bright bouquet, showing life even in death. And the hand reminds us that there's always someone there touching, even if we want or do not.
Okay. All right. That's pretty deep and interesting all at one time. Huh. Hmm. Very interesting. But we are actually getting really close to that hour mark. And I don't have normal closing questions for this one because this is not a normal situation at all. But Blood has something that's kind of long. I'm kind of curious what this turns into. What do you think about
Yeah.
demons who are under a certain rule of demons and demonic souls getting sidetracked and wanting to explore more human behavior? Do you frown upon them or do you understand the curiosity due to them only being demons?
I actually support it. We should not be stuck in a simple personification. Every soul, every demon, even angels, are unique in their own way. Sometimes we need to explore other things. Humanity, because of your shorter lifespans, are able to explore things in ways that we don't take the pleasure in. I think demons could learn a lot from humans, and humans could learn a lot from us, and angels could fucking fuck off and learn some shit themselves. But to explore oneself, no matter how you explore it, is a positive thing. So if a demon wants to go explore in the human realm, all I say is be careful, don't get fucked over, and go have fun.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Look at me, I don't follow by normal demonic society rule, and I think I turned out just fine.
Yeah, you're
Humor.
awesome. As Blood just says that, you're awesome. And like that's really freaking cool. So now after this show, what are your plans?
After this show, I'm probably gonna lay low for a little bit. I don't want my trails to be known too hard because I don't
You
care if the angels come after me. There is nothing I can't do to fuck them over. There is one person in particular that I would like not to have to fight with, but yeah, So probably gonna go lay low for a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Well, hopefully your vacation is nice. Hopefully you don't end
Vacation is
up
a
on
strong
the. Hopefully you don't end up on the ice planet. You're like,
I'll
damn, I'm
personally
stuck
take a
there way
bar
too
over.
fucking long. Okay, okay. All right, all
I'd
right.
rather end up at a bar personally. And there's one bar in particular that I'd like to go visit with a good friend of mine named Evelyn, actually.
All right, all right. So why don't you go do that, or is it too early to go do that?
It's never too early for a shot of alcohol.
No, not the shot of alcohol, but as in
Oh,
like doing something like this and then not getting seen and leaving breadcrumbs. Oh, don't you worry, Sorus. That's coming from the little purr. She's been taking notes. Mmm. What kind of notes? Notes of edging? Because you're near a
I've been
cliff.
known to do many things.
Speaking of a shot, I'm gonna have one. Hell yeah, Revenant.
Do
Wouldn't you
it.
like to know? I mean, I'm good at getting information, but only information I truly would like to know.
And I don't think you would like to know, would you?
Nah, not interested. All right, Revenant, shoot. What's the question? Because this is going to be the last question of the evening, unless someone else has something they could just spit out real quick. Because like we're at that hour mark. What is this question, Revenant host? Dun da dun da 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 dun 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 da dun da dun da 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 dun dun da 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 da. Come on, what the fuck? Can you please type faster or ask the question? You have a question. What the? There we go. What's your stance on demons trying to take on being a hero?
Hero is a very interesting word. For that, you have to look into what point do you consider a hero? And what I'm going to flat out say saving the day. Because to each person, saving the day could be a different thing. So, for example, you could be wanting to become a hero by saving a kitten out of a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Or what if you wanted to put that cat in a tree because it was hurting someone else? So technically, by saving that tree, that cat from the tree, you have now become the villain in someone else's heroic story. So my point to you, anybody can technically be a hero, depending on what their viewpoint is. So anyone can be a hero. Depends on how the story is written and what side of the book you're reading it on.
That is true. Just like anti-heroes, as in like he was saying, or anti-hero, I guess would do better. But yes, exactly. Because one thing could be good for one person, but bad for another. But that's pretty much anything in life. One thing's good, bad for another, which is depending on perspective, beliefs, and what they care in. But we're gonna ask one more question, and then that'll
Okay.
be it for the evening. And that'll be: do you partake in things of us?
Yes. And I'm going to leave it just at that.
Damn, leaving it on the edge. The theme of this one is wars with demonic and angels and edging.
I give pleasure, but I don't think I'm going to pleasure your chat with the answers of what I could possibly do.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. All right. Well, what we're going to do is, since that is the show, again, more again. I mean, we could do this again some other time, just not right now. I'm going to be switching over playing Apex soon. And then after that, tomorrow is just straight Apex, but then Thursday it's another show. You can check my schedule on my Discord. It tells you everything of what's going on in the final hour and the dates and times of who I'm seeing and who's going to be on the show. Come on out. Have a good time. Well, with that being said, thank you for coming on today. It was a pleasure having you. It was a very interesting time learning who you were and
My
as
story, you could say.
excuse me, and your story of like what your plans. With that being said, don't forget your show Sunday. Revenant, I know this is going to be a running joke because I did forget our show on Friday. I don't do Fridays. I thought we were just playing games. So I load up Apex, start the stream, and he's like, "Did you forget?" I'm like, "What? About the show?" Shh, no one knows. Yes, that happened. But on that note, I'll see you all soon. Going to move to Apex and hopefully get some good wins and points tonight. It's been kind of hell. It's been crazy. But see you soon. Bye bye.
Peace out.